Well, all right, let's talk about really what went wrong here with Justin Herbert and with the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, this was kind of I'm not going to say a beatdown. It actually started off all right, but things really got off the rails in the second half. So let's talk about what went wrong here offensively. And quite frankly, Herbert's awful game. Like, that's what we have to talk about. Let's get into it. We'll start off with some positives and then get into a lot of negatives. So let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here is it's going to be a play action, which is something we thought might happen a lot going into this game, is first down play actions, because the Texans stopped the run really well. So do the Chargers kind of try and, instead of run in the times they typically run, try to play off of that? Well, that's what they're going to do here. You see McConkey's route over the middle. What happens here is Derek Stingley Jr., the corner, decides to go with a switch right here, trying to get the safety to come down and cover McConkey. And to be honest, that's just not a good decision by him. Derek Stingley's a really good corner. He needs to just stay on McConkey on this play. But part of why you can get corners to make bad decisions is when you run play action on first down, right? They're maybe not ready for this play. And in that split second, might make the wrong call. Also, it was a good route by McConkey. As you see, he's able to, pick up some yards. They're able to get a first down there. So this is what we thought we would see from the Chargers, a decent amount. What was interesting is I thought the Texans really played coverage very well in this game, which we knew they would. But this is what kind of the Texans were going to hope to happen going into this game. It was, let's stop them, running the ball. They ran on 1st and 10. It only got to 2nd and 9. You're probably not going to run it again. So now you can just sort of play your man coverage, which in fairness, they did play last play I showed you as well, but you can just play your man coverage, focus on stopping the pass right here. As you see, Herbert's going to take the snap, and the Chargers, who have had some really good games this season offensively, they don't necessarily have the most receivers who can win one-on-ones. McConkey's kind of the key guy who can win man coverage here. As of right now, not a lot's open. Herbert goes for a shorter throw and also misses the throw on top of it, so even if it was caught, wasn't going for much. This is what the Houston Texans wanted, right? This is what they're trying to go for here. Now, heading over here, there definitely was a play where you could say Herbert tried to do too much, right? This one where so they just got a bad CJ Stroud interception. They're trying to take advantage here, not just with a field goal to make it a 9-point lead. They want the touchdown here. Let's go up big right now. You see Herbert runs the play action. There is pressure, but he's going to throw it downfield because you get the one-on-one matchup down the field, and if he can make a perfect throw, this could be a big completion. It's one of those where, 99% of quarterbacks, you're saying horrible decision, don't even think about it. With Herbert, you're saying, I kind of get it, because he has hit these before in his career, which is kind of crazy to think about. The issue, though, is that this really isn't even good enough coverage this isn't enough separation for even Herbert to make this throw, because there isn't enough separation. It's going to turn into a jump ball, and Quentin Johnston's just not a jump ball guy. That's just not his game. So instead, Kamari Lassner is going to beat him out, and he gets the interception there. Not a good decision from Herbert. I mean, you didn't have to do that. He could have thrown the football away, lived to see another down. That's what he should have done, because it was only 1st down and 10. So that's an unforced error. So definitely not smart there. But also, I have to say, there were some missed throws here. I mean, there just were. This play, it's a 2nd down and 10. It's not the easiest play in the world, but let's keep in mind the situation. So there's 52 seconds left in the half. The Chargers just gave up a touchdown, first score they've given up. Herbert takes the snap. He's going to look down the field, and this is a good double move. And quite frankly, this is, I don't want to say a blown coverage, but it's just a great move by Ladd McConkey. He's wide open. And listen, Herbert had to navigate the pressure. Not the easiest play in the world, and sometimes with double moves, timing gets messed up. That's absolutely a part of it. But at the same time, it's the playoffs. You kind of got to hit on these throws. And this one is just a bad throw. I mean, that kind of negates some of the good stuff you're doing earlier, right? When you're missing this stuff. So it just can't happen. And that's just, it's a big mistake. And again, because they weren't able to convert on this drive, not only did they not get a touchdown on this play like they could have, but the Texans had some time and got a field goal. Maybe they would have done it anyways if this was a touchdown, but you get the idea. It's not good. But then these plays just can't happen for Herbert. Like first, okay, this one, the pick six right here, it's a simple play. I mean, it's zone coverage. You're just trying to hit Ladd McConkey, who's going to run kind of underneath. Like it's a simple play. Herbert takes the snap. He's going to look in this direction, and it's open. This play is working. I mean, you have an opportunity, so like there's no excuse here. The broadcast brought up there's kind of hand in the vision. I don't care. It's not enough pressure. There's always a hand somewhere. You got to make this play. This throw just gets away from him. It's a little bit high. I mean, it is possible he thought McConkey was running a little bit further, but I don't know why he would. That's a bad decision. It results in a pick six. And then instead of being down 7 points, you're down 14. It completely changes the dynamic of the game. The pass rushers can now just pin their ears back and start pass rushing every time. It's just not a good situation. Because then we got like here, I mean, so this is, this game's still a game at this point with 7 points, but still, the Texans pass rush, I think, kind of really felt like they could just get after Herbert. We saw this a lot once Houston got up. Watch as, I mean, this is just going to be an immediate pressure. Like, what are you supposed to do there if you're Herbert? Nothing, really. That's just great stuff from Houston. We definitely saw that a bit. Like, this one, now this is the opposite. The game's over. I mean, it's a 20-point game with 3 minutes left. Okay, maybe you can score a touchdown, hit an onside kick, score another touchdown, hit another onside kick, and score another touchdown. Even though you've only scored 12 points to this point, I'm going to bet against it. But still, you see the Texans are still trying. It's Will Anderson who's going to get the, disruption, not a full pressure. And then, obviously, this play. I mean, the stat people are going to bring up, which is a fair stat to bring up, the fact that Justin Herbert had 3 interceptions on the year, ends up throwing 4 interceptions in this game. You're going to see Herbert takes a snap. And, again, situation-wise, I don't have an issue with him making really any throw. I mean, you're down, like I said, you're down a billion points. Like you're in theory not winning this game, so why not just try? And in fact, I actually respect him for going out there and still trying. We all know there are some quarterbacks who say, I don't want to hurt my stats, I don't want, this and that. Herbert, at least he's going to go down with the ship, right? So you respect that from him at the very least. However, so this throw just needs to be further. Derek Stingley was trying to jump this route. This honestly was not Derek Stingley's best rep, I don't think, at the start of this play. That being said, though, he does finish incredibly well. Watch him be able to ultimately get the interception. So it's a great ending of the play. All I'm trying to say is that there was a bit of a window. So it wasn't a perfect throw from Herbert. So again, it's the missed throws on top of a lot of this other bad stuff. So as a whole, I mean, just not a good performance. I mean, it's a horrible performance. And while the Chargers still do have, a bright future ahead of themselves, they were kind of, I think many people thought this might be a rebuilding year. They made the playoffs, got the 5 seed. You feel good about all that stuff, but there's no getting around it. This is a complete letdown. They were favored to win this game and ultimately lose it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on all of this. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.